Hi, everybody. This is Rolanda Sumner. I'm the creator and founder of Business Launch Prep School and Life After Service Transitional Coaching. And today I'm going to talk about how you make God the CEO and founder of your business. So, let's just start off by saying that it's not as hard as you think it is. And if you are a spiritual person, I'm not going to say religious because religious denotes, um, you know, activities that you do just because you have to do it. Um, I'm going to say spiritual. If you're a spiritual person, you believe in a higher power. I believe in God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. Um, it, at some point, you might want to include God in your business, right? I'm going to tell you the benefits. So, the benefits of adding God to your business is that you don't have to figure things out on your own. You have guidance. And so, a lot of times, what we want for ourselves and our business is way smaller than what He has in mind. And so, if we trust Him, we go to Him, we ask Him for help, we get to know Him, we learn about Him, and we trust Him, our outcome is usually much better and a lot sooner than if we tried to do it on our own. This is how you can change the dynamics of your startup and your business. Surrender it to Him. Now, I know you're like, oh, that's it? All I got to do is surrender it to Him. It's going to take a little work because anytime we sit down and we're like, okay, I'm going to hand this thing over to you, there's fear. There's fear that you don't know if you're giving it over to Him correctly. There's fear that you might be going crazy. There's fear that you might feel like, well, what if He takes it all away from me? You don't want to lose. But what I mean by surrender is not to worry. Okay. So a lot of time, where you're going through your business or you're going through your day, you're thinking about what you want to do for your business, and there's a little level of worry. There's a level of worry there. Like you're crossing the line from thinking and planning to straight worrying. And now that is not the place of surrender if you're worrying, because you're holding on to this burden, trying to figure out how you on your own are going to fix it. When you surrender your business to Him, you're not saying you're not going to do any work. You're not going to work with anybody else. What you're saying is, God, here's my business. It is now yours. You tell me what you want to do with it. I'm not going to worry about the revenue coming in. I'm not going to worry about sales. I'm not going to worry about all of these things. I'm still going to work, but I'm just going to work smarter, not harder. And I'm going to work with the people you send my way. And what you'll notice when you truly surrender it over, and trust me, it's a practice. You might have to surrender your business over to Him like several times a day. And it's okay. You do it as many times as you need to. But when you truly let go and surrender, however many times you need to do it in a day, a week, a month, a year, it is like releasing it. It's almost like you just let go. There is a relief in the act, in the thought, like, oh, I don't have to worry about this. It's taken care of. And it's hard to do when in that moment you don't have an answer. In that moment, you don't have, you may not have revenue coming in. In that moment, you're not getting what you want. It's harder to do it in that moment because you want what you want. You feel like you need to have this thing right now. And if I surrender it, what's going to happen? Am I saying I'm giving up? No, you're not saying you're giving up. What you're saying is, I'm going to hand this problem to you as the CEO. And I'm going to pray for you to give me the answer, the resources, the people, places, and things, the verbs that I need in order to turn this thing around. Whether it be lack of money, lack of people, lack of patience, lack of resources, lack of whatever. I'm going to trust you to turn it around. And when it's good, I'm going to trust you to continue to help me make it good, to correct me so I can keep it in a good place. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to take inspired action as you send it to me. I am going to be grateful for every tiny little victory. And as a startup in business, period, but as a startup, you need to celebrate all of the little victories. Even if you got a sales call and it didn't go through, guess what? You got a sales call. You need to celebrate all of those victories. And so what you're saying is you're just going to hand it over to him. Like, here, I'm not going to worry about this. I gave it to you. And since you're the CEO, I'm going to sit down and we're going to have a meeting together. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about some things. I'm going to bring me a piece of paper and a pen. And I'm going to take notes as I go along. I'm going to praise and worship before I get there. I'm going to pray and meditate so I can clear my mind and really be ready for our meeting. Like you would any other meeting, you would go into the meeting prepared. This is how you prepare your meeting. And then I'm going to take notes. I'm going to ask you open-ended questions, and then I'm going to listen for the answers and take notes. That's how you make God the CEO of your business. Because what you're doing is you're opening yourself up to not know all the answers, to not know, every single thing. And it relieves you of the pressure of having to know everything, having to do everything. And what you'll notice when you truly let go and let God is that he will send you people, places, things. He will send you who you need to contact with, who you need to be around, who the resources. You might have a check come in the mail. You might run across the coach you're supposed to work with. Somebody might end up in your inbox. Somebody might call you on the phone. You might happen to have a conversation with somebody and get referred. I'm going to share a story with you, okay? Because I let go and let God, I have an associate. She's kind of like a friend. And yes, Tish, yes, a board meeting with God. Absolutely. Yes, you have a board meeting with God. And you treat this board meeting just like you would a regular board meeting. You come prepared. You come with your agenda. This is module 1. I'm giving you guys module 1 of Business Launch Prep School. You come with your agenda already written out. You need to ask, what you want to talk about, and you ask open-ended questions. You come with a pen, a paper, your agenda, and you prepare for the meeting. So with a regular board meeting, you might get all of your facts together. You might get all of your files together. You might contact somebody over here to get this for you and over there to get that for you. You're going to do the same thing with the business meeting with God. That's what the first module is named, Business Meeting with God. And what you're going to do is you're going to praise and worship, because to get closer to God, we need to praise and worship. We need to open ourselves up to him and just get our energy and our vibrations right, so that we can interact with him and hear him in whatever way he speaks to us, because he speaks to everybody a little different. And you're going to be mentally, spiritually, and physically ready to have this meeting. And when you go into the meeting, you're going to start off with a prayer. Thank you, Lord, for joining me at this meeting, just like you would the rest of the board members in a regular meeting. Thank you for attending the meeting. Today's agenda, I would like to talk about X, Y, and Z. I have some questions. And you're going to just go through the process with an even flow. Don't be anxious. Think about your kids. Do you want your kids to come to you anxious about anything? No, you just want them to come over and say, hey, mommy, can I have X, Y, and Z? Or can I talk to you about something? You're going to ask open-ended questions. You're going to be real, open, and honest with him. And you're going to listen. And sometimes in a regular board meeting, you don't have all the answers laid out before you. Somebody will have to get back to you after they check some facts. Somebody may have to do something and come back to you and give you an answer. The same thing happens. You may not get all of your answers in the board meeting. So you still have to remain open after the meeting has ended, because he's going to feed you some more information. So this is how we add God to our business. But let me go back to my story. Thank you, Tish, for bringing that up. I absolutely appreciate you for doing that. So basically, I spoke to somebody, some years ago. This is when I was making skincare, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And I had worked with her a couple of times. I was like working as her assistant for some events that she was doing. There's a couple of, like, she invited me to be a speaker for something. And then years went by when we didn't speak. Not that we didn't want to speak, we just didn't cross paths again, And I get a phone call yesterday saying, "Hey, my name is, and this person referred me to you. They said to talk to you because I want to start a business." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So, but it wasn't even like this. Like, my name is, and I'm from. Please call me back. And so when I spoke to her, she's like, "Yeah, me and that person spoke, and she said to call you, but she gave me your information like a year ago." I was like, "What?" And she said she happened to find the email and remembered she didn't call me. Who finds emails from a year ago and says, "Oops, I forgot to make a phone call"? Nobody. So we talked today, and the conversation was amazing. And she's going to work with me. That's how God works, right? If I had kept such a tight rein on exactly how I want things to fall out, and been so controlling about the outcome of where and how I get my clients, then I may not have been open to him sending me someone, you know? I mean, I wouldn't have been open to him sending me somebody and seeing that opportunity. So in your business, even if it's a startup, when you're sitting down and you're praying and you're saying, "God, please make my business profitable and let me like have global reach and this, that, and the other." And then you start seeing people pop up, or a particular person, maybe me, pop up in your inbox or your DMs, and you have a good feeling about it. That's probably because he sent them. He was like, "Okay, you want to do this? Here, you need to work with this person so you can elevate. Don't worry about the cost. I'll make sure you have what you need." You have to trust him. He's going to make you come out your comfort zone in so many ways. Trust him. Trust him. Because if we do it our way, the results are going to be minimal, right? But if we do it his way, it's going to happen so fast and it's going to be so wonderful. And yes, the hardest time you're going to have is getting out of your own way so you can listen to him. And he's going to ask you to do some things that are outside your comfort zone, but it's going to yield such good results. So that's how you include God into your business. I know this is a long conversation, but that's how you include God into your business. And that is business meeting with God is the first module of Business Launch Prep School. We got to start off with what you need, who you are. And I believe in adding God into my business. It has changed the game. And so I'm going to show you what the curriculum looks like for BLPS so you understand what it looks like and understand how deep this really goes and how important it is. So here is Business Launch Prep School. Let me move this out the way so you can see it. Okay. And actually, I can put this back so you can find it. And so naturally, I have my onboarding process already built into the program. So once I give access to you guys can just start with your onboarding process. Don't worry about extra pieces of paper or anything. Everything you need is in the course. And once you enroll, you are in the program right away. You get full access to the curriculum for the life of the program and all of its updates. So that's good. As it updates, even after you finish the program, you can come back and tighten up some of the things or learn something new. But like I said, the first module is Business Meeting with God. And The first module was taught by one of my clients in Success Stories, LaTorsha Pilati. She's a minister, and she teaches the first module, 5 steps to conducting a business meeting with God. And then there is a daily worship playlist if you want to use it. And then I talk to you about your God-given purpose. Then we go down to Dreamlife Roadmap, and I talk to you about what you really want, because this is the thing. If you don't identify what you really, 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 really want in your life, like you don't want to work 5 days a week, you want to live in, Aspen and ski all year, then you're going to make a job, because you're going to be creating a business model and then shaping your life around that business model. And it should be the other way around. Then we talk about values, your personal values. If you've ever been in the military, law enforcement, or even worked a regular job, you tend to conform yourself to the values of the organization for which you work. We turn that around, and we identify your values and then make your business conform to those values. We get into wealth consciousness, because when we get down to target audience development and discovery, when we start talking about our target audience, we're going to sail right on to the signature program, where we're going to price your program, right? We got to price your program. And I tell my clients that the lowest they're going to charge for their package is, guess what? $2,000. Their pilot is $2,000. And then when they relaunch, they're going to take that pilot that they are building, and they put the videos in and everything, and make it on demand. And that's $2,000. And then their live is $5,000. And then their one-on-one is $10,000. Because if you're going to spend any one-on-one time with somebody, it needs to be 5 figures. Okay. And if you're going to message me and you're going to tell me, hey, well, what about the learning curve? What about the learning curve? There are CEOs out here of these big companies on their first day of ever being a CEO, and they make multiple 6 figures on day 1. Okay. You can't tell me that you can't make $2,000 for like a 12-week course for the on-demand version. That's ridiculous. You can't convince me that you deserve to be undercharged. That's crazy. I won't let it. And then we have the sales basics. And I'm making some updates to break some of this up, but basically at the end of the day, I teach you how to sell. I teach you how to have those sales conversations so that they're easy and they're conversations. They don't feel sleazy, and that your audience actually sees, your clients actually understands how you can help them after you ask them questions, and then how to close. And how to find those people who are ready and excited to work with you and will find the funds to work with you. So before anybody works with me, 60% of them usually have an LLC, which is why I have it in a bonus. But nobody has a signature program or sales skills. And in the program, 80% of them walk away with an LLC. Everybody has a signature program in sales skills. Okay, we are, our winter cohort starts in a couple of weeks. So make sure you hop in before the rates change. Rates go up in January, but our winter cohort starts December 2nd. So make sure you jump in. Bonuses include group session recordings, a swipe vault that has lots and lots of templates, preferred vendor list, a startup and growth bundle that helps you with trademarking, and it also helps you with preparing for contracting, subcontracting, or government and not subcontracting, government contracting and commercial contracting, an exclusive community, and the business filing basics course that I talked to you about. So go ahead and visit. You'll see all of the testimonials from my clients that I've worked with in the past, and they'll share with you their success stories. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below, and visit tinyurl.com/BOPS2021. Have a nice day.